Hold on, damn it. We're live.
Oh, okay.
And
That's cool.
we're in the pre-show. This is the show where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. And we actually have some stuff to talk about on the show. But as always, brought to you by SpinwhizComics.com. And, Jules hadn't seen the video yet. Hold on.
No, he hasn't.
Here we go. I did not make that, and you could probably tell that I did not make it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's classy as fuck.
It did it for you.
Good.
It did it for you.
Spinwhiz Comics is a comic and webcomic discovery platform for comic book readers. Duh. Mostly independent comics, but over 86 indie creators, a library of over 400 titles, and growing more and more every day. Source Point Press, A Wave Blue World, Arcana. And it's 100% free, iOS and Android apps as well. I don't even know what you're doing still listening to this show. Go download this app and read some damn comics. Spinwhizcomics.com, we'll mention them again. But we got some stuff to talk about before we get into the previews, because that's what we're really talking about this week. All the new books coming out later. We'll do that during the show. I'll do the intro. Hold on. I'm getting all out of whack here because we got a lot of shit to go over.
Take
all right,
your time, Adam. Take your time.
This week, tomorrow, we had planned the where's the Spinwhiz? I just played it, Big Will.
You just missed it.
You just missed it, bro. I played it. I swear on my life. I played the Spinwhiz video.
It was so cool.
It is very good. There's no way I can make anything that good. So tomorrow we were going to do top 5 comic book movies that are not in the MCU. No animation. Must have a theatrical release, but Leroy dropped the bomb on me. He cannot do it tomorrow. So, Adam, this is compulsory for you. Is Wednesday or Thursday better for you?
Neither, dog.
Oh, you can't. So, do we want to push it?
That's up to you guys.
No,
if you guys just want to do it.
Because you seemed like you were very interested in doing it.
Did I? I don't think I did.
You really? All right, we've made the decision. We're going to push it. Now, unfortunately,
I think I was pretty strong with my maybes the entire time.
Because Jules filled up our schedule, and next Tuesday we have the Geekterion collection.
I'm a definite for this one.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. He's a definite for this one.
It's gonna be a good one.
This first one we're doing, They Live. We're talking about the movie They Live. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to do it. I think I still have the Geekterion video. Let's do it just for a tease. This is more my quality of videos, not like the Spinwhiz video. Again, spinwhizcomics.com. I love this song.
Such a good song.
It's so classic video. It's still pretty good.
It's still pretty good. Let me tell you, it's not going to be that high class when I talk shit on this movie. Okay, it's going to get. We're gonna throw a little bit. So again, that is not tomorrow. That is next week,
next
20th.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday for the Geekterion collection. We're going to be talking about the movie They Live. So I'm very excited about that.
It's a very relevant movie to talk about.
Again, after this show, I'm going to have to cancel the show for tomorrow because Leroy can't make it. And then it will be TBD.
TBD.
To be decided. So, you know who I blame? AKA David.
I knew you
blame
say that.
First off, because he's not here, and second off, because he made me change the schedule, or we'd be talking about the top 5 graphic novels. And I bet Leroy would call out of work for the top 5 graphic novels.
That's a good category.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about the previews in a little bit. Get in the comments. Tell us what you're looking forward to this week. Hang out with us. Let us know what you want to read or what you want us to talk about even. So yeah, that's what's going on. It kind of is bumming me out. This is why I don't play Dungeons and Dragons.
What's bumming you out?
Not being able to get people together to do podcasts.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it is a little bit like Dungeons and Dragons.
It is.
A lot of people are busy, man.
Yeah, man. It happens.
Except me.
Hey, I didn't exist for like a while, but now I'm here.
Hey, that's fine. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad to be back.
Glad to be back.
All right. Again, SpinwhizComics.com. Check them out, iOS and Android as well. It's free comics, y'all. Just do it.
Just do it.
Do the damn thing.
For free.
Let's start the show.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think anybody will watch that garbage?
Some people will watch anything, Scarlett.
Man, I made a few more of these. I don't know why I don't use the other ones I made. Because they're at the bottom.
So
They're at the bottom. I need to move them back up to the top. Greetings, geeks! Welcome back to another episode of this Geek in Comics Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
So we're just gonna talk shit on some comics.
Let's
The
do it.
previews show. This is one of my favorite. This is my favorite one of the week. I am your co-host Gomer. With me, as always, Adam Normal, the true one, Jules True. How's it going, gentlemen?
It's going
First
great.
segment. How was
Good.
your week? How did things go this week? What's going on?
Adam, you first.
Oh, Adam first. Go ahead. I talked. He
Oh,
said it
me
yesterday.
first. I mean,
just
that much has
watching
happened
some
since
horror
yesterday, man.
movies and Jason, Freddy. Dude, Jason versus Freddy. I watched that recently.
Oh, did
I
you?
love it.
Do you really?
The
Yeah,
lead
it's
in that
great.
is
It's not great in a good way.
hot.
It's not like high class
No.
movie.
I will
Oh, of
say,
course it is.
no.
In
But-
the
but
context
for-
of Freddy and Jason movies, yes, it is. It's Chef's Kiss, one of the better quality.
I guess.
I watched the Evil Dead
Dope
movies
soundtrack,
this
too.
weekend, and I think I can understand where you're coming from in that respect,
Yeah.
because having watched Army of Darkness in its glory, I can see where Freddy versus Jason would be better now that I'm older and have really grown to appreciate satire horror.
Oh, there you go.
Appreciate camp.
Exactly.
Camp, yeah.
I
there's plenty
think
of it, too.
satire, horror, and camp. I think one of them is a
They're just touching.
subgenre of the other
Yeah.
one. If
Touching.
we're really
They really
gonna,
are. They're
if we're
really
really
just
gonna
touching.
dive into this, but most slasher movies are satire.
Agreed.
I would
Absolutely.
say Halloween maybe is not. Halloween is a little bit more on the
No, because John
real.
Carpenter makes real movies. At
We're
the
going to talk
time,
about more of that next
I
week.
was gonna say
Because I'm
now,
going to talk bad
they live-
shit.
Well, They Live is satire. They Live is satire.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Exactly.
It's totally
It's science
Exactly.
fiction satire. It was not meant to be taken
Yeah.
serious.
Maybe
It was meant to
Halloween
make
was
you
his
think.
take on satire. That's the one we should really be doing.
Yeah, we could do Halloween.
We'll have to do it fast because it's almost the end of the month. We'll save that for next October.
We'll say that for
Next
year.
October.
Find a
so
Thanksgiving
we're
fucking
booking next
movie.
year's show already.
Next year,
Okay,
yeah.
I got
That's
you.
what we're doing.
For
That's what
Christmas,
we're
we could do Die Hard. We could do Die
Oh,
Hard.
Oh yeah,
we could
definitely
do Die
Die Hard.
That's my favorite Christmas movie.
That is my
Well,
favorite.
my personal favorite Christmas movie is Gremlins, but
Oh, dude, that's Gremlins is right.
That's
It's
a
way too
great
early.
idea.
We're like the
Way-
fucking mall shoppers. It's way too early to talk about Christmas. Okay. Ten of Swords, Jules, spit your rhythm real quick on the last 3 issues, just because it's my main thing right now, and I love your opinion on it. But we shouldn't spend too much
No,
time.
all I'm gonna say is we hyped it up last week. It was the only 3 things that we all agreed we wanted to purchase. And as a long-term X-Men fan, and of course, who doesn't love Wolverine, I feel like last week finally gave us the Wolverine kind of story we've needed for a while, to see him not only be the emotional character we've all grown to love, especially if you read 90s X-Men. You love Mentor Wolverine. You love
Even
Teamwork
the
Wolverine.
Daniel Way shit from the 2000s, where this comes
Even-
from,
Yes, exactly.
is emotional. Yeah.
This even gave life back to Jeff Lowe's very ridiculous short run because it was about the Mirasama Blade. So
Yeah.
to have
Muramasa.
Muramasa, to have Wolverine
get it right.
Yeah, get it right.
freaking just be awesome again, it just gives me so much
Well,
life.
I
in
think
this
Wolverine's been
year.
awesome since this run has started. I think
Oh,
Benjamin
absolutely.
Benjamin
Benjamin
Percy has
Percy-
nailed the character down,
Absolutely.
and it's really refreshing. And at this point, Wolverine has
Super
been put on the
refreshing.
sideline for so long that it's actually
Mhm.
refreshing to read an old-fashioned Wolverine comic again.
If I had one critique about the Ten of Swords event, it's that it's taking Wolverine away from this Dracula vampire story that
Even though I don't
I'm
really
kind
care
of
about
into.
Dracula, I don't know.
I don't, but I'm kind of into it, you know?
Oh no,
Dracula's
absolutely.
all over the place right now in Marvel.
Dude, I know.
I love
Mephisto
it,
was
honestly.
too, and
I
they
lo-
didn't go do anything
I'm
with
a
him.
big fan of using Marvel's horror stuff in a way that it was originally used,
Yeah.
as in it could be used anywhere. That was
Sure.
kind of the original point, that
Sure.
Marvel had always interconnected its horror characters. I mean, that's what made Moon Knight so interesting back in the days. He would go in between issues from hanging out with normal superhero Marvel characters
Yeah.
to freaking fighting the Dracula and
So
Wolf Eye Knight.
let me say this, wrapping up the Ten of Swords little discussion, just to get Jules in a comic mood. With Wolverine going to hell and revisiting Japan, where it's nothing but heartbreak for him, and saving Muramasa, visiting his past torments, while Storm in the Marauders book
Oh man,
basically
the parallels.
basically did the
so
same
beautiful.
thing.
Well,
So beautiful.
I think
Where
the difference is though is that Storm kind of betrayed her past. She wasn't willing to face
Wolverine
her past.
always though internalizes that in a way where you almost do feel like it was his fault, even if it wasn't.
Well, yeah,
because he's such bad luck. It'd be better if he
right.
just walked away.
But the difference
Logan.
was Wolverine was willing to face all of the mistakes he's made in his past, whereas
True.
Storm, when she got presented with the difficulties of her past, her first instinct was, "I'll just steal it."
Dude, that is such a great insight. Very, very good. But there's another angle there that I wanted to touch on, where they're dealing with their past that's haunting them, while the entire genesis of the story is Apocalypse's past coming back to haunt him. I was reminded by an article just this morning, where in Powers of 10, when they're revisiting one of the lives of Moira X, when she is in the age of Apocalypse, two of the horsemen standing behind them are the Death and War in this event.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's
what?
Hickman.
Foreshadowing.
No shit.
He's the
Hickman.
king of foreshadowing. He's the king of foreshadowing.
It blew my mind when I saw that, and I went back and read like the entire issue when I should have been working.
That's the beauty of Hickman. You can reread it multiple times, and there's layers, and you always find something new every time you reread it.
Yes, I remember when Hawks and Pox was coming out. I reread every issue before I read the new issue. It took me like an hour by the end of it to read the whole thing. But all right, enough of Ten of Swords. We're going to have an entire episode of something.
We should, because
just on Ten of Swords. Maybe we'll do two of them.
We should do a wrap-up episode, like when it,
there's
or at least
22-part event, maybe halfway.
Do one when it gets to stasis, and then do one when it gets to the end.
Let's plan it. We'll figure it out. Because holy shit,
also the beauty of the fact that before all this craziness, before Hickman took over the X-Men, when Aaron was writing Wolverine and the X-Men, Storm and Wolverine were a thing.
Yeah.
So to have this come kind of full circle and them being so far apart in how they look at themselves, how they're dealing with everything going. The fact that last week both those issues came out at the same time, I just thought was a beautiful parallel. That they are so far away from the people who understood each other once.
Wolverine goes to hell and has no problem.
Yes.
Storm goes to paradise and has all the problems.
Oh my god! It's genius. It was genius. It was genius.
It's amazing, dude.
I was blown away because the pacing of the fact that here are two books written by two different people, but it's such beautiful symmetry, art. It was amazing.
I'm almost finding it offensive when people say they're not reading all the tie-ins.
I know.
It's like, why not?
Why would you hurt yourself and not read them?
All right, we're talking about the new comic. This is actually what we do on this show.
Allegedly.
On the preview. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
That's what's written down anyway. We're talking about all the new books coming out. The keywords here are: if you see something, say something. That goes for the chat too. If you want us to talk about a book, let us know. We start with DC because their books come out tonight at midnight somehow.
Okay. Yep.
Batman and the Outsiders. That's almost
Isn't that coming to an end soon?
Yeah. Let's click on it just to look and see if it says anything about a last issue here. There's a couple books
18 is the last issue.
Series finale? Nope.
Is it this one?
Needed to.
Okay.
This is just one of the very many books that DC is canning.
Yeah, I didn't follow this one. This is one of the few DC books I did not follow, which is
I heard it was good.
Tells you enough. It was okay.
It's all right.
Boogie Bentley over there.
It's better. It's better than you think it's gonna be. But it's better than that. It would have been better when it came out if it was during New 52.
His arc in Detective Comics, which was like the the pilot, I guess, for this book was okay.
Yes, it was. I read that.
It was.
I read that.
It was. It was.
Boogie
that's
Bentley,
exactly how-
formerly of Comic Cast, really loved this book and hated that no one else was reading it. But I love that cover right there. The fam.
That's a great cover. Yeah.
The team. That's good. 3 Jokers, second printing. What a turd of a book. Here we go. Death Metal. Dude, this is an embossed foil cover. What? What?
Well, it needs to be with that tongue, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, a buddy of mine in a group said this the other day. A Batman Joker hybrid licking a frowning Watchman button is exactly the cover that exemplifies all of DC Comics now.
I agree with
and I'm
him.
like, man, shut up, man.
I mean,
so
to be
true and so profound, and I hate you for it.
To be fair, it's really Greg Capullo, if you look at it, just drawing Spawn one last time, just for the fuck of it. I mean, it basically does.
Spawn with ears?
Spawn
Dude,
with
I
ears.
heard he's got an open invitation to come back to Spawn anytime.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
God, he
He'll do
does.
gangbusters
You know
if he goes back to Spawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know he will. I mean, that's where he made his mark, was
Yeah.
drawing that book better than the guy who drew it originally.
Right. Look at this thing, man. I guess in this issue, we're going to be exploring some of these now changed crisis moments.
Yeah.
Because this is the apocalypse from that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or Dark Side from that moment.
Dark
Yeah.
Side.
It's not apocalypse. Yeah, it's Dark Side.
The apocalypse is where he lives.
Yeah. That's a nice cover. Art Germ. See something, say something.
Nice
I'm
green
sorry.
lantern.
Yeah, that's a cool Green Lantern cover.
Dude, a 1 in 25. Man, everybody's going to want that. Wally West on fucking drums. That's dope as hell, man.
That's pretty dope, actually.
That's dope. Everybody's going to want that. All right, Doomed and the Damned. This is like one of those Halloween specials that DC.
Yeah, I'm
puts
not
out.
picking this up. I never
Me
picked these
neither.
up.
Me neither. It's 80 pages. It's got some good creative teams on there, though. Xanadu
looks
with
good.
Man Bat. What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Saladin Ahmed doing a DC book. That's cool.
Doing
That
a
is
Batman
cool.
book, yeah.
Yeah, Riley Rosmo doing a Green Lantern horror sort of story. Right.
That's cool.
The Shadow over Coast City. I want to read this, but yeah, there's no way I'm buying this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you-
This is
Just
just a
Solomon
Grant.
Grundy and Ra's al Ghul, written by Marv Wolfman.
Are you kidding me? That's so unfair. I'm not reading that. I'm not
What?
reading that. But I would read that. I love
I bet
Marvel.
it's so good. I bet it's so
He's
good.
the man.
Orphan and Orca? What?
Orphan and Orca. Oh man.
Orca? What?
Orca? She was in the Nightwing book for a little bit
No,
for a
I
second.
remember.
What? Oh, I
Orca.
know. Yeah.
Weird. Beast Boy and Clarion by Travis Moore. So that's not a bad
Travis
book,
Moore.
dude. I mean, there's some weird shit going on there.
That is a weird book.
Detective
cool.
Comics. I'm not
That's-
reading Detective anymore. It's a nice cover though.
I'm still
No.
following it just because
The
it's
Lieber
detective.
Mayho cover.
But
Got
yeah,
it.
the last issue that was $10 was definitely not.
No,
Right.
I'm
Not
still
worth
picking it up.
the
because
price.
1,000 issues with Batman. Oh, fuck
I'm a
Yeah.
hardcore
Just make
Tomasi
up a
fan.
freaking
I always
event,
pick up
why don't you?
Tomasi.
Tomasi is good. He generally is good. Man, that Grant
He's
Morrison,
good.
that Grant Morrison
I wish he would like Green Lantern more.
Green Lantern sucks. It's so bad right now, dude.
The art's
Man,
good. Liam Sharp.
Liam
I
Sharp
love-
is great. Liam Sharp is fantastic. I can
Yeah, the
give
art's
him
good.
nothing wrong.
The comic book bullies were reading that and talking about it, and they were making it to seem like it was good, but they would always preface it by, "It's like Morrison." It's like
It is
a lot
Morrison.
of
It is a Morrison book. Here's
It
what I'm
is,
gonna say.
it
that.
is Morrison
I don't like
Unleashed, you
Morrison.
know, but
Yeah, I'm Green Lantern was my first love. I will always pick up Green Lantern. I've
Kyle.
read
Kyle.
all. I am. I'm a Kyle
the fuck
fan.
up, man.
know.
I'm a Kyle
Everybody
fan.
who loves Green, I love Kyle. You're not a
I
Green
do not,
Lantern
you're
fan.
not.
You're a Kyle fucking Rayner fan.
I'm a
Shut
Kyle
up.
Rayner fan.
Kyle
I'm a Kyle
Rayner
Rayner.
is Green Lantern, motherfucker.
He's Green
Oh,
Lantern, though.
there we go.
He is.
There
He
it
is.
is.
He is. He had the
There it
best
is.
story. He had no core. He was an artist. Also, his constructs were the only thing that was ever interesting about that book for a really long time. But my point
Whatever.
is,
I like John's constructs. He's a military guy. He makes
yeah, his
cool
constructs
military
are,
constructs.
yeah.
Tank
I
but
don't
like,
know. His is kind of.
I'd rather
I like
see-
his when he does like the design work for building buildings
Yes.
and stuff. That
Yeah.
stuff is interesting
That
for
stuff's
John.
Yeah.
But all the soldier
right.
stuff, it gets lame after
No,
a while.
I want
Not
to
as,
see
not as
giant
lame as
robots.
boxing gloves, but you know.
No, boxing gloves and bottles and guns. No, man. I grew up reading a guy who made giant robots and
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
girls in
all,
schoolgirl outfits and
the thing
ridiculous
all
stuff.
Green Lantern fans can agree with is Guy Gardner is the worst one.
He is the worst one.
Yeah, he sucks.
He
I hate
is-
that
he
guy.
sucks.
See?
So
But-
this Justice League Odyssey right here, this is
Mhm.
probably going to be my pick of the week. This book
Yeah.
has been fantastic
It's such a
ever
good
since
book. Dan Abnett, man.
Dan Abnett took over.
Oh, he's on.
Issue.
Yeah, this is the last issue, so everything's been building up to this. I'm ready for Jessica Cruz to take Darkseid out.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It makes and look, it's a regular priced final issue. No oversized nonsense. Just here you go.
Yep.
Take it. Cool. Oh, that's a good cover too. Is
That's
Dexter the
sending.
cat on this fucking team?
Yes, he is. He is.
What the fuck am I doing not reading this?
I don't know why
Damn
you
it.
didn't read this. How
Dexter,
did you-
Orion.
Damn
dude,
it.
it's the best Justice League book.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right
Yeah.
now. Definitely.
Here it
I'm
is.
so sad it's ending.
Here it is. Rorschach. This is the big DC book of the week. It's $5.
I don't know, man.
Tom King.
I'm picking up this issue because I've given Tom King a chance on every book that he's written so far, and I haven't been 100% disappointed by anything he's done.
Yeah.
But I will say that the last few entries to his, that he's
Anything.
written, anything, they haven't been knocking me. They haven't been knocking me down. They're
Tom
not
King-
fantastic.
Tom King, in my opinion, works a whole lot better in these maxi 12-issue
He does.
sort of series. So if this was a year ago,
That says Strange
I would have
Avengers-
said,
Adventures
no,
sucks.
this is the worst thing ever. Do
Yep.
not touch Alan Moore's Golden Tome. Leave it alone. Snyder did it and it sucked in the movie. Just stop. And then Matt Lindendorf or Damon Lindendorf, whatever the hell his name is, created the best season of television I've ever seen for HBO Max in the Watchmen series. So I'm like, okay, maybe.
Here's what I'm
I'll
gonna
give
say.
it a shot. I'm not willing to be the naysayer anymore, all up on the Alan Moore balls. Although I'm still way, way deep in Alan Moore balls.
Oh,
I'm
man.
willing to give
That's
it a
got to be
chance.
sweaty and
I'm
hairy.
It
gonna
is. It's
say
hairy and sweaty. Smells bad.
I want to think good things about this. If Tom King never wrote Batman, I would be more excited
There
about
you
it.
go.
But
Erase that.
also-
You mean the first half of his Batman run?
It
I mean,
First
started
half of his
slow
Batman
too.
run is stellar, dude. It's very good.
Nah, the
It's
I Am
better-
Gotham storyline sucked. It didn't
Dude,
get
the
good until
Joker,
it didn't get good
uh,
until the Bane stuff started.
The
to
War
happen.
of Jokers and Riddles was
It
awesome.
was okay. The
His
Kite Man
opening
stuff was
arc
really
was
good.
The whole city, Sea of Bane was not bad,
The
but
Bane was good.
at the
but it was all
end,
the
it just
stuff-
got terrible.
It was that nightmare. It's that nightmare arc.
Dude, nightmares from there on. Yeah, it's trash.
Yep.
It's trash.
Unpopular opinion, I couldn't get through most of the Tom King run. It was Tom
But
King's
with
run
that said,
was
you
cool.
love his vision.
I loved Vision.
You
I
love
loved
Vision's
his Heroes
great.
and Man.
Miracle.
I did. I'm just gonna say this. Had he
Did you
never
just call
done
him Miracle
Batman,
Man? You just
I
call him
did.
Miracle.
call him
I
Miracle
do
Man.
that all the time too.
I do it all the time.
It's because
but
of
you know what?
Alan Moore. It's because of
Because
Alan
Alan
Moore.
Moore. Because we're talking about Alan Moore creations. And I'm gonna say this. Rorschach Watchmen was an incredible series because it didn't have anything to do with the Watchmen book.
No, it was a sequel to that.
It was a
I
sequel.
disagree with you 100%. It had
was a
everything to
sequel.
do with that book,
It
but
did
it
what
also stood on its own.
it stood on its own. It had enough newness about it. And Rorschach's story has already been told.
Agreed.
It's already been told.
We're
My
gonna-
problem
Unless this
with
is
it
the
is
new Rorschach.
We're getting to the same
even
place.
Worse, even worse.
Yeah,
This is
even
my
worse.
thing. Even worse. But
We're getting in the same place
The
coming from the
Rorschach
opposite
mask-
direction.
being used by the Klansman because he was an ultra conservative. And if you don't know that Rorschach's an ultra conservative, you didn't fucking read that book, people.
Exactly.
I have
There
that
are
argument
no
with people all
heroes
the
in
time.
Watchmen.
There are no
There
heroes
are
in
no
Watchmen.
heroes
He
in
is the
Watchmen.
far
They're
right.
all terrible people.
And
That's the
Rorschach's
point.
story was told. I would be okay with this book if it was The Question, because that's who Rorschach's based
Oh,
on.
stop.
And I just
stop.
don't think we need to use Alan Moore characters to make money.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
man.
Tom King. It feels
That's
like
a-
a cash grab.
That
because
Jay
the
Lee
show
cover looks
came out.
fantastic.
Yeah, the
That
Jay
Jay
Lee
Lee
cover looks great.
amazing, though. I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna give it the chance. I just
Jay Lee
think-
cover,
I'm totally gonna shit on it.
yeah. The Jay
Yeah.
Lee cover
I'm
actually
planning on-
gives me
I don't know.
hope
I
for
hope-
this, man.
I hope it's good.
Because
I
if
hope
you
it's
look
good.
at this cover,
I
right,
hope I eat all my words. I hope I
this
eat all
feels
my
like the
words.
story. This feels
Yes.
like a Rorschach who is impotent, because look how weak he is,
Yep.
lifting the weights of Dr. Manhattan while looking in the mirror of Ozzy. That's poetic to me. You know what I'm saying?
That is
And I'm
because
hoping
he wouldn't live for the lie. He wouldn't live for the lie,
exactly,
which is what they did in that show. The idea that Rorschach's whole thing was you can't live that lie.
Yeah.
You can't live that lie. But they took it the
All right.
wrong way because that.
I like this cover. I like this weird blank cover.
Oh yeah.
They're doing all the blank
Cool.
covers.
It's cool.
Well, no, it's from his journal. That's what his
Yeah.
journal is like.
It's supposed to be from the journal. It's
Page
very
from the
cool.
journal. That's
All right,
cool.
let's keep going. Strange Adventures, Superman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, I'm not reading that either. Although this Joshua Middleton cardstock cover is dope. It's like a
Yeah,
tarot
looks
card.
Nice. It does
It's
look like a tarot card.
Does.
I think there was something down here I wanted to look at. No, nothing. All right, now on to the other comics.
On the
October
comics that matter.
14th,
Comics that
Review.
matter.
Image Comics again. You see something, say something. Commanders in Crisis. I
That
actually
book
got
is
to
cool.
read this. I actually got
That
to read
book
this
is
early.
really cool.
It's very.
It looks really cool.
All right. The premise of this is basically Steve Orlando, the writer of the book, wanting to do a huge Big Two event without the Big Two.
It's genius.
Well,
And it is
I
kind
think
of
it's really
genius.
interesting that this is coming out and then crossovers coming out too, sort of in the same time, and they're both sort of the same premise. They're a Big Two event without the Big Two.
Yes, crossover is more of, and I just know this because I listened to Donnie Cates talking about it at a comic thing, an online comic thing over the weekend. But he said that it's a look. The way he got the idea was he was reading a Big Two event, just hanging out, and he's like, "Man, I wonder what one of these events would look like from a person on the street." So we already know what that is. It's Front. What's that book?
Yeah,
The
Frontline.
Frontline.
There was
They used to
great
do those
book.
during the events.
Bendis. That was when Bendis was hot.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
a
the
hot
decade of
Bendis book.
decadence. So
Yeah,
this
it
is
was
a winner,
the
though.
Decade of Decadence.
This first issue does stumble a little bit because it's not oversized. If it was oversized, it would be a lot better because he's doing a lot of character introductions in this. So it's hard to really, your wheels spin a little bit in terms of the story, which
Mhm.
really is what the focus
But-
needs to be on a book that is about a story. You know,
Steve
this isn't
Orlando's
about
a
the character.
great plotter.
These
He's a
characters
great
are
plotter.
tropes. You know, these
Yeah,
characters
Of
are tropes.
course. Steve Orlando's
any-
a guy who should have been given a bigger book and just simply has never been given one.
He's not
I
think
really
that's
been
what
given
it
a big
is.
book at all.
I think
No,
that may be
and
what
I
it
love
is.
that he's doing this because it's proof to me that I've always thought Steve Orlando's better than most of the guys they give the big events to.
He's good.
and
He's good.
He's basically saying, you know what, I can do it without you guys.
Yeah.
I don't even need you guys.
A
to do
spoiler
this.
that's not really a spoiler. All the heroes on this team are like the last living members of a universe that died.
Oh,
And the thing that's
Because
coming
it's a
to
crisis.
exactly, it's a
Exactly.
crisis.
It's
It's a crisis.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh.
That was my point exactly, Adam. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Love it.
Dracula MFer. It was okay. I think I read it in issues. That's about it over here.
Yeah,
at,
there's not
yeah.
really much in the image
Oh, that's
side this
shocking.
week.
Yeah, not much from Image. Dark Horse, Bill and Ted Are Doomed #2. I'm not really excited about this.
Mhm.
After reading the first issue, it
No,
was
the
just okay.
first one was just okay. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
following it.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
gonna.
this cover is dope. It's
That
great.
is
If it's a Virgin cover like this with no text on it, yeah, dude, I want
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah,
cover.
that looks great.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
That,
is awesome.
that should go on a wall.
yeah. I mean, this one's okay too, but whatever. So they've got the True Lives Fabulous Killjoys National Anthem.
Yeah.
This is like something that's already happened. This is like
Yeah.
a sequel or something to a book that I've never heard of. It's Gerard Way, kind of, via Sean Simon. So it is what it is. I know Jules will read it. He's a Gerard Way fan.
I am a Gerard Way fan, actually. I liked Killjoys. I like everything he does.
Yeah,
I give him credit in that I didn't really like his music. So I was very
I'm glad
much like,
I'm glad he decided to do comics. I wish more musicians
I am
would
too.
try it.
I am too, because he's really good at doing comics.
He does weird
I've
stuff
never-
with comics.
He does weird stuff with comics. You know what? He does what everyone wished Grant Morrison still did, which is
Yeah.
Why
make
would he?
good,
He's making
weird
that
comics.
Umbrella Academy money now, right?
Yeah,
Fuck
but
it.
he's still writing.
He's got
good
he's got
comics.
Kirkman syndrome. He's counting that
Yeah,
money.
he's counting that money. But unlike Kirkman, his stories end, and they're
Kirkman's
paced
stories
well.
are ending.
Yeah,
I can't
Kirkman's
believe
Yeah,
they're
stories-
doing a
they're
Daryl
ending
and
like-
Carol
like-
spinoff.
Yes,
a decade
yeah.
too late.
I was just
Shit.
gonna say, like, Invincible and what was the Walking Dead, which is just
Dude, you can
most
say
unnecessary
whatever
book
you want
ever.
about those comics. The Walking Dead has made that man millions of
Oh, it has.
dollars. And
That's
hold
the point.
on,
That's the
hold
point I'm
on.
making.
Invincible is about to make him millions of
Yes,
dollars.
I know.
Because
I can't
that
tell-
trailer is dope.
Oh, it looks awesome.
It's gonna be
It looks
so
awesome.
good.
I'm
My
literally
wife looked at it.
rereading
She's
right
like, "Oh
now.
yeah, I'm gonna watch that." Because I forced her to read Invincible.
Oh, I love that book. Though.
Yeah, dude,
It-
Kirkman in Invincible
except for
is
the
like
middle.
this close to Alan Moore in that. He's like this close
I know his
to
problem
growing
was
up comics,
he
man.
couldn't finish a storyline there for a while.
He couldn't, but
He's
I
just
mean,
like, oh, we're about to beat these bad guys. You know what? I'm just gonna shelf this guy.
he
then
does.
We're
He
gonna
does
just
that.
literally at the end of almost every arc, he shelves it somehow.
He couldn't
Well,
murder.
oh no, they're gonna stay on Earth.
Yeah, he couldn't
Like, so,
murder.
no, he's gonna survive. He just couldn't end his story to save his life in that book.
It's
Until
only a
he
matter
ended
of
the book.
time before Robert Kirkman takes over the Earth.
It's just-
I can't believe they're doing a Daryl and Carol spinoff. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Anybody who knows anything about Walking Dead and Carol's character in the comics,
Oh yeah, she was.
I just don't
she was
see
such
her
a
hanging out with Daryl, even though they have this connection in the show. It bothers me. It bothers me. It really bothers me.
It's
Anyway.
just a cash grab.
DC Comics is still putting out some books. Absolute Swamp Thing. Holy crap.
Oh,
I'm reading my top 5 graphic novels now. I'm sorry. The first volume of that may have to go in there. My top 5 is like
Man.
3 Alan Moore comics.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
I know. I think I have a problem.
That's not surprising. That's not surprising at all.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Two issues in a row at $6. Nick Spencer.
No, the
and
last
Patrick
one was
Gleason.
$10.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the last
right.
one was $10, so this one's at least cheaper.
Yeah.
At least. Oh, come
At
on.
least I
They
know.
just make up these arbitrary numbers. They do this with Spider-Man. They do it with Batman because they know people are going to buy Spider-Man and Batman no matter what. It could be blank pages in there.
Yep.
And people would still buy it. They don't
say it
care.
every week. I say it every week. They, no matter who's writing it, no matter what's happening, that's is why they stall Spider-Man. Why he can never stay married. Why he can never stay on top. They will. The same thing with Batman. They will recycle those two guys till the end of time because they will always sell books.
They're
Dude,
cash cows, man.
Don't
They
get
are
me started
cash
on
cows.
Joker War, man. I was
Oh.
so pissed at Joker War.
What a joke.
Let's get off that.
A literal joke.
Avengers number 30. Huh?
I said it's a literal
Well,
joke.
It really is.
We're
Age of
finally
No
getting
Shoes
to this
coming
into this
in.
Age of No Shoes stuff, even though
I haven't read any
I don't
of
know.
this.
I don't know if I'm really
have.
excited about the next arc with the Phoenix stuff anyway. I mean that
I haven't read any of this. I will.
that
read
doesn't
the
sound super exciting either.
I will read
I'm
the first
excited
issue
for
of
the
the
Phoenix
next
stuff.
arc.
Because I think Jason Aaron wanted an excuse to use the X-Men stuff
Jesus
again.
Christ,
I mean,
because he's so
fucking
good at it.
Mummies in here
I-
now.
I think it'll be
Come on,
I think it'll be
man.
a
What the
fun I think it'll be a
fuck?
fun action.
Mhm.
You know, the book's been a fun action book, but I just want something with more depth. I'm used to this Hickman stuff now, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that
It's
Black
so funny
Panther, Alex
because
Ross.
Jason Aaron's run is like the exact opposite of Bendis's run, where like nothing ever happened in Bendis's run. It was just a lot of
Yeah.
talking. And then Hickman's run was very cerebral and like lots of things happened, but maybe you didn't understand what was going on.
Right.
And then you had Mark Waid's run, which was just like
Mark Waid's one was crap. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. So
And it
Jason
was
Aaron
boring.
like, okay,
Yeah.
let's give everybody everything they haven't had in a really long time. Like I'm rereading Jeff Johns' run. By the way, he basically predicted like this whole year. Does everyone remember the Red Zone arc? Where Red
Oh,
Skull infiltrated the government and created
Yes.
a disease that was going to target black people, but instead it just killed everybody. It
yes.
created an epidemic. Yeah,
Holy
that's
crap.
eerie. It was eerie to just reread that.
Yeah. Cable number, what is it? Number 6? I think it's number
Oh,
6.
yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
10 of Swords, nothing
5.
better in comics right now.
Nothing better than
Summers,
comics.
the
That
Summers
art.
fam. Yeah, it's Phil Noto, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, this book is worth the art alone.
Yeah. The Summers
Don't know
fam
the
is
X-Men.
the Summers fam's checking out Sword, the space station.
Love it.
Hickman only gives
Love
us
it.
2-page arcs. I might as well just leave that open because that's gonna be my 1, 2, and 3 this week.
Because he has to have his Hickman opening page right after that. He
Right,
only has
exactly.
2 pages. Yeah.
Right. Cap, I'm not reading Cap, although that's a great Alex Ross cover.
Great
starring
cover.
Falcon. Oh my gosh. That's
I'm reading it.
beautiful.
It's good.
It's Ta-Nehisi Coates. It's not going to be bad. It's just not going to
No,
be
and I was gonna say, and Acuna on the art. It's just a
Sure.
good looking book. Paced well.
Captain Marvel 22. This is supposed to be a start of a brand new arc. New York City is under attack, but this time Captain Marvel can't save them. Stolen away to a far future. Carol Danvers faces a threat unlike anything she's ever known. Brand new villains and heroes. Yeah, this is what I heard. This is making some waves.
I really enjoyed this book, actually. I like
I'm not
Star.
reading it.
I like. You know what? It's been.
She's still with Rhodey. What's up with that? Damn.
Yeah, she's still with Rhodey. Dude, at least Rhodey's like interesting again in this book.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
haven't been reading this.
I love
I've been
Rhodey.
following it.
Yeah,
I like it. I've been reading this book. I like Star. I like what they've done with this.
I don't
This
like
is-
Star at all. I did read Star.
I like it. You know what? I like something new. It's something new. She's basically She-Century, and they really
That's
fucked
nice.
that character.
Yeah,
So it's nice to see them attempt to do
likely.
something. Yeah,
but
that's
this is
that's
she's
my
going to
thing.
go into like a future
Mhm.
with new characters and stuff. This is making some waves. The rumor is that they want Kelly Thompson to sort of create a foundation for Captain Marvel moving forward in the context of the multiverse.
I think,
And this
I think
might be that foundation.
I think this is the way to do it. I think
The book's
she's the
already
writer to
going
do it.
for more on eBay than it has any sense of. It's not
I-
too much. It's like $15.
I think it's been a really good
Oh,
run.
that's
I
dope.
think it is going to go down as better than the Kelly Sue DeConnick run. I think
Ooh.
Kelly Sue DeConnick redefined.
But she redefined the character.
She redefined
That's
the
the point.
character.
Yeah,
But
that's-
Kelly Thompson is doing a really good job of taking the character to the next level. Because the character's been redefined and can do more, Kelly Thompson is doing more than Kelly Sue did. That's all I'm saying. I think it's
But
a
she
really
kind of
fun
already
book.
took them to. She already kind of took her to an alternate place when she went to whatever the post-apocalyptic thing. So if
Right.
that's all her ponies, if that's all the trick pony she's got, is I can't actually work within the continuity that I'm given. I have to create my own universes to play with my characters. It's kind of a cop out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but dude, X-Men. Are you really gonna say that when we're reading like the
No,
X-Men?
because
their own
X-Men is
universe?
X-Men is fully balanced in old continuity and the new status quo. It's got a foot in all the history that's
Right,
happened before,
but-
as seen in last week's books, dealing with
Right,
the
I'm
marriage
not
between
disagreeing.
Storm and T'Challa, dealing with Wolverine's past in Japan, and he's already been to hell once, and Muramasa.
But
It's
how many
balanced.
alternate realities has the X-Men stepped into to step away
No.
from Marvel?
The very genesis of the new status quo was 10 new realities created
Right.
by a character who we didn't know was a fucking mutant and has been for 40 years. I'm just saying he's playing off of the tropes.
Right. This
This
that's what
isn't
I'm
playing
trying
off
to say.
tropes. This is just using
no.
the trope.
No, this is what I'm saying that she's doing with Marvel, with Captain Marvel, is what
I'm with
Marvel
you.
does best is
It's kind of a
separating
cop-out.
itself from the rest. What are you talking about? That's what Marvel sometimes suffers from overuse of continuity because of
But
how
if she's
dead
done it, if
continuity
she's
is.
doing it twice, first with her post-apocalyptic story and now with this. And anyway, in the middle, she didn't even write those stories. Those were freaking Empire stories,
Yep.
the two ones in between those. I'm not saying her run was bad. I'm just saying if she can't work with her character inside continuity, we're going to talk about Immortal Hulk in a second. Immortal Hulk isn't even working within its own continuity,
No,
and
not
it's
at
still
all.
good. I'm just saying we deserve better comics. There's an example on the screen right now with Ten of Swords where
And yeah,
Hickman
yep,
is orchestrating some of the best comics I've ever read. Ten of Swords so far is so surprisingly good that I
But to
can't
his
help.
credit, he
but
also
love it.
has a great team around him.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
without a
let's
doubt.
give credit where credit's due. Gary Dugan and Zeb Wells this week.
Let me
were
comment
great.
there too.
Yeah.
Let me
Great
comment there too.
writers.
It feels sort of like Hickman is the showrunner of all of
Oh,
the X.
It's
And
basically
everything-
Well, that's how they put it when they originally announced all this
Yeah.
stuff. That's the terminology
Why do
they
we
gave
not
for it.
have that for the Avengers,
I know.
for the young teams, the champions, and the
They
and
used
whatever
to.
characters?
This used to be actually
Why
how
do-
Marvel ran for a really long time.
Why
with
is
the
there not a
X-Men and the
Cosmic
Avengers.
ahead of Cosmic? It was
Well,
last
Donny
year.
Cates is kind of the head of Cosmic
But
because
he's
he's doing
not.
the whole
He's
damn
the only
thing
one
by
writing
himself.
anything. Al Ewing's Guardians of the Galaxy has nothing to do with anything else going on anywhere in the Marvel universe. Fucking Rocket Raccoon's wearing a tuxedo around.
Hey man, I
It's
love
weird.
that book though. I
No,
do
it's
love
not a
that
bad book. I'm just saying,
No, I agree with
connect
you
that,
in that.
shit, man.
I don't know.
Marvel
I
has
like Guardians when it has
fucking-
nothing to do with whatever else is going
It's
around.
not bad. I'm just
No.
It was, and also to be my own devil's advocate, it's different with X-Men.
It is.
They're supposed to be connected. Silver
Yeah.
Surfer and the Guardians don't necessarily have to
Don't
be
ever need
connected.
to
Where do
touch.
the FF
Sure.
live? They can live with the Avengers,
Mhm.
with the street characters
Mhm.
through the thing,
And in space.
and in space. So
It's true. It's
that's
true.
why they're the first family. Anyway,
That is-
Ten of Swords Part 6, Hellions, number 5, Zeb Wells. Yeah, this is also one of the books I'm looking forward to this week.
Oh, really looking
Immortal
forward to that.
number 38. Man, when is this run ending? Because
I don't want it to. I don't want
it's a
it to.
legendary run. This might be the best run of the Incredible Hulk ever. Ever.
Ooh, that is a bold statement, but maybe
Planet
not
Hulk?
wrong. Planet Hulk.
What
I was
else?
just gonna say Planet Hulk and
As I'm bitching about writers taking characters to places that
I was gonna say that. Are you really gonna say after you said all of that? What is the greatest
Hey,
Hulk run
but he
ever
made that
was
he made that
out of?
continuity matter later on with World War Hulk.
Exactly.
Yes,
It was so good that it mattered
Like,
later. I don't think Kelly Sue's fucking, or no, Kelly Thompson's.
Two Kellys.
Yeah,
Both
I don't
Captain
think her future Captain Marvel run's gonna matter at all. Dude, this looks cool, man. I love it when children are taking it. Little monster. That's just great. Little monster, he's calling him. Oh, man. I love getting into Bruce's childhood torment, man. I love
Yeah,
it.
man. It's classic.
When you have a main character who is literally a therapist, this is what the kind of shit you're going to get into. You know, that's where
I do love Doc Samson.
yeah, and that's where the anger comes from. You know, those deep-seated things. So, see something, say something. I don't know. This resurrection died off bad in the second issue. It was not
Man, it did. It dropped off
great.
hard.
It was not great.
It reminded me why I didn't like Marvel Zombies to begin with.
Yeah, the first issue was okay, but
Just okay.
Ed
New
Bryson
Mutants.
writing over
Yep.
here on New Mutants.
Isn't he off that book soon? Aren't they getting a new writer?
I don't know. Well, I know one of the
I
books.
heard
is getting a
that.
new writer.
I didn't know one of the books is getting right.
Man,
I think it
who
is.
doing that art. Oh, that's
Well, that-
Rod Rice. Fucking.
Oh,
art.
yes.
Oh
it's
yeah,
beautiful.
Rod Rice, he's
Like
great.
watercolors, dude.
Oh
Mhm.
man,
Love it.
I was
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
die.
say.
Reminds me of his Aquaman run a little bit. There were a
Yes.
few pages of his Aquaman run that are just breathtaking.
Man, look at this. Him talking with Warlock with Krakoa.
I love
in the
Warlock.
background.
I,
It's just
him-
Warlock is one of the best
Rice
characters.
drawing Warlock is one of the most satisfying things about this book. But
and
I can't wait.
just all the weight that's been on Cypher since
I know,
he's
man.
been- he has to sit in on all the council meetings. He's the conduit between what's her name and Krakoa and all the security and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm really glad that he's one of the chosen, you know, one of the 10. And I love that they're going with Warlock as his sword, dude.
Oh, it's genius.
Because Warlock's
this
going to
dude
be the real hero of that fight.
Oh, definitely.
right.
Oh, I
Of
can't
course.
wait for
And it's
it.
always been them. It's always been
Who's he
them.
going to fight? I think he's the one who's going to fight Pog or Pog. Because Pog or
That
Pog
would
is
be
weird as
fantastic.
fuck, and so is Cypher friend.
Ooh.
Thug friend, self, whatever.
Friend
Yeah,
self.
Oh,
self.
it's so
Friend
oh,
self.
Self-
man.
I
Oh,
love the
It's
I
gonna
love
be
the
so.
thing.
Oh, look!
Like,
Oh, man, he-
sword
with
already.
the arm,
With
with
the
the arm.
Preview.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
look,
awesome.
a little heavy.
They got to
Just a little
practice, you
heavy.
know.
Oh,
Of
is that what
course.
it's going to
Oh,
be? Him
oh, you know
practicing
it's
with
gonna.
magic?
You know this exact. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Why is this event so cool? Why is this event so cool?
It's my favorite thing. It might be my favorite thing Hickman's ever done, and my favorite thing before that from Marvel was his Avengers run
Yeah,
of the Secret Wars.
I just fangasmed because I love the New Mutants. They're one of the
Yeah.
best parts of the
This
X-Men.
run has been really good too. Kind of
been really good.
standalone. Yeah.
And I loved
space
that.
shit
They're
early
some of my
on.
favorite characters, and Magic and Cypher's relationship has always
Yeah.
been that she thinks he's the most worthless part of the team.
Right.
Always. And that he didn't matter until Warlock. So the idea that she has to take him seriously, that he
She has to train him to fight.
Oh, it's
and
gonna
now
be
she
cool.
has to train him to fight.
It's gonna be
Beautiful.
cool.
Beautiful. If
Dude,
you're a
those
long-term
early
X-Men
new-
fan, that's awesome.
The early New Mutants thing where it was going back and forth from space to Earth with Boom Boom showing up
Oh, it was
and
awesome.
the Starjammer showing up. What?
It was New Mutants has been the
It was
best
Well, that-
so
fan
That stuff
good.
was
service
written by
for-
Hickman.
Oh yeah, Hickman. He at least co-wrote.
No,
some-
he wrote all the space
wrote
stuff.
I was
Oh
gonna
man,
say he was
so
writing all the
good.
space stuff.
So good. All right, here's another big book from
Thor.
Marvel this week.
I'm reading Thor. It's actually I'm really enjoying it.
I think those are reprints.
Are they
Oh,
reprints?
Kieran
Yeah, those
Gillen's
are all
doing a
great
Warhammer book? That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Marvel's got the Warhammer license now.
Wow, that is so
Oh,
shocking.
man.
Kieran Gillen is fucking writing it. Jason Burrows is
Jeez.
doing the art. That is a top-notch team.
Yes, it
That
is.
is.
I'm
God.
not a fan of Warhammer at
No,
all.
I'm not either, so I won't
Wow.
pick
Except
this
the
up.
video
But
game. There's a
I'll
real-time
ask Travis
strategy
about
video
it at the
game.
shop.
There's a real-time strategy video game that I'm a huge fan of, but I could give two shits about the story. I just want to fight.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
the art
That's an
looks great,
impressive team.
though. It looks really good.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, look at that. He's just ripping a dude in half with his power
Oh,
armor.
Oh,
dude.
gosh.
That's
Jason
awesome.
Burrows.
That's cool.
Jason Burrows.
Wow. Marvel
Oh, that's
went
a 2-page
deep.
spread.
Oh.
This might be worth it just for the art, but Kieran Gillen's writing the story, so there's going to be some heart there a little bit. But
Yeah, I think this is the kind of story he can write because he can kind of make it whatever he wants.
and it's
Yeah, he has
$5.
some freedom to stretch his
You
legs.
guys
a
want
little
to see my number one book of the week? The
bit.
X
Oh,
of
this
Swords
handbook
Oh,
right
yeah,
here.
the handbook.
The
Yeah.
Ten of Swords handbook.
You love a good handbook.
I'm a sucker for these. I'll
am a
keep
sucker
this
for
like by
these.
my bed and like read it every night
Yes.
and like
Yes.
memorize shit, because I'm that fucking kind of nerd. Dude, Transformers and G.I. Joe had these
They did do
all the time. And
Yep.
that's
Yep.
why I'm so in love with the Transformers and G.I. Joe, because
I do love a good
I know
handbook.
so much about them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last handbook I remember getting was the Infinity Handbook. There was
Oh, yeah,
one.
maybe.
There was
maybe.
one. Yeah, because
So, yeah, that's gonna
that
be
event
cool.
was complicated.
Now, I'm not sure if this is going to
Not
be
as
like
This
No,
event
it's
makes Infinity look
I
like it
know.
was nothing.
yeah, no
Yeah.
shit. So this is
Seriously.
$5, so it's going to be exercised. It says number 1. So a lot of times they'll do 2 or 3 of these,
Mhm.
just to fit all the characters, but it does say Apocalypse 2 Wolverine. So
It could just be the key people.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. It also talks about Megan, who hasn't even been mentioned in this, but she's like a big Captain Britain character. But it
Mhm.
does say this. This issue includes profiles for Cyphra, Moira McTaggart, Captain
Two
Britain,
Captain
and
Britain.
Krakoa. So this suggests to me that it's only A through M,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with. That just means more room for awesome.
Mhm.
And this also confirms that if this is coming out in a month, some of the characters we're not supposed to know who they are.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that. That's exactly what that's gonna
So we can say that the character who is hanging out with Apocalypse, or was his wife, her
Mhm.
name does not begin with an A through M.
That's hey, I'll give you that one.
I'm
I'll give you
Sherlock
that
Holmes
one.
and all this shit,
I'll
man.
give you that one.
All right, again, see something, say something. Dynamite's got this book out called Dynamite. Stupid.
Oh man.
Fred
that's
Van
not-
Lent and Declan Shelby are writing.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I like Declan.
okay. I do
Yeah.
like
What,
both those
writing?
people.
Writing?
Yeah, with him writing.
Yeah, writing is. Yeah, I like his art.
Love his art. I do like Fred Van Lente.
We
Yeah,
had
Fred Van Lent
previously
is good.
mentioned Planet Hulk.
Hmm.
So yeah, in this event series, it unites all of the Dynamite characters.
Oh,
Oh.
So
all the cheesecake.
All
I
the
was just saying
cheesecake in one
Cheesecake
book. Let me
Central.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cheesecake.
Yeah,
covers.
their only non-cheesecake book is that Army of Darkness book, and even that I'm not following. So
Even that crosses over with some of the cheesecake shit all the
I'm
time.
sure it does.
They are really milking this.
It does all the time.
2 Peach
Yeah.
Momoko covers. She's the hottest thing in comic covers right now. So yeah. So that's it really from whatever. All right. Dynamite.
Yeah.
A couple good books, a couple few maybe. Once in Future has been great. Is this the last? This isn't the last issue of Once in Future, is it? I'm a few issues
I hope
behind.
not.
This is like Arthurian stuff, like King Arthur.
Yeah,
modern day
it's a
sort of
lot of
stuff.
fun.
It is fun.
Doesn't say last
like-
issue, so
Yeah, so
Does
yeah,
not
it's
say.
like this
No.
grandma and her grandson. I mean, it looked like Duncan coming into his own too.
Yeah,
Like a
I dig it.
badass. Red Mother, a terrific horror book, and 7 Secrets.
7 Secrets is what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Me too, man. I am looking for anything to eclipse 10 of Swords from now until that event ends.
Good
It's my
luck.
favorite books of the week.
It's not gonna happen.
And yeah,
not
it's
gonna
probably not going to happen. But yeah, this has been a really fun book. And issue 3 is usually where Tom Taylor really hits it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
So true. So true. Because he gets all the exposition out of the way.
Yeah, everything's out of the way, and now it's all action. I love that. Look at that. Those
Mm.
3 panels. Oh, that's
Oh gosh, yeah, that's
that's
beautiful.
great
The art's been
sequential art.
fantastic the entire
Yeah.
time.
It is.
So.
It's
Yeah.
a gorgeous book.
Who is that? Who is that on the art on that? I gotta look it up. Somebody I don't remember. Oh, Danielle Di Nicola.
Oh yeah.
Somebody got a beat going. All right, we're into the really small press now. So see something, say something. I got nothing here. Bad Mother. I fell off that book.
Yeah.
Believe them dry. Bloodshot still going over there at Valiant. I'm telling you, Valiant started off
So hot.
the whole coronavirus and COVID-19 and the quarantine.
Merited them.
So very good. They had a lot of big things playing with the Bloodshot movie, and it seems like all the air's just been taken out of them. They did all these nice things, saying, "No, we're not going digital. No, we're going to help comic shops. We're going to do all."
And
this
now
shit.
all their momentum's gone. You know.
And I was like, all their momentum is just gone, and no one's talking about them. It just kind of sucks. They do have some debuts scheduled for early next year, so come on, 2021 for Valiant. I want them to succeed, man. I want to see some more.
I do too, man. I really like Valiant. They've always had goodwill with me. It's just they lost a lot of their key guys as far as writers go.
They did.
And they've always. I mean, that's the longest Jeff Lemire book was his Bloodshot run. To be fair, I don't think he's other than like I mean, as far as him writing somebody else's continuity. And
I'm sure he's got something at the big 2 that was longer.
His Animal Man was like 35 issues long.
Yes, but his Bloodshot run was like 40, 50 issues.
Yeah.
Oh, he wrote all the spin-offs. Yeah,
no books run that long at the big 2 anymore.
No, not anymore.
No, not at all. No, yeah, I'll give Valiant credit. Their books have run longer than most of the big 2 books have. And
what was their last book where it was like the spacey type hero?
Oh wait, Divinity.
No, it was after that. It was just recently, man. It was a character with the title. Shit, I don't remember. It was pretty damn good though.
Yeah, they always have the best art, and they had really good writers, and they've maintained their art because that was the money.
You know, my favorite.
They took a lot of changes on new writers.
My favorite Valiant book. My
has
favorite
not
modern.
panned out yet.
My favorite modern Valiant book. Yvonne Time Walker.
That book's great. That book's
so
fantastic.
good.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
like
Fred Van Lansing. Fred Van Lansing. We were just talking about him. He's writing that terrible cake book at Dynamite, but Ivar Time Walker was
gotta get that check, man.
Just gotta get that. I know.
And dude, those characters are timeless. If you came up with those characters, they might have gotten you into comics. What a great opportunity to be able to write them all doing the same thing. If you're a fan of those characters, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
I got nothing else, man. I got nothing.
No, it's kind of a light week this week, other than all of the X-Men books dropping.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I feel like 2 weeks in a row we're all just gonna say the same thing again.
It is. It's all X-Men for me. It's my top 3 books: Cable 5, Hellions 6 or 5, Cable, Hellions, and New Mutants with that handbook for X of Swords or Ten of Swords.
I'm also excited.
Two.
Yeah, Death Metal. I'm
2.
excited to see Death Metal, and then I'm excited to see Commanders in Crisis and that Secret 7 or that 7
Yep.
Secret.
Yeah.
I
And
always
your
get that
Odyssey
mixed
book.
around.
And
And
that
Odyssey.
book.
Yeah,
And the Odyssey book?
Odyssey is on the top of my
Odyssey
list
is
this week.
Nice.
And
Man, maybe
Mortal
I'll try to catch up on that this week. I'll just
You
try
should.
to fly
It's
through
a
the
re-
whole
I'm
series.
really surprised you didn't pick it up, Gomer. It's some of your favorite DC.
Dude, I
characters.
did. It sucked at the beginning.
It did suck at the beginning. It was bad in the beginning.
I'm gonna
sucked.
say this. I'm gonna say this because
And if you'll
everybody
hold
says
on,
that.
if you'll remember, there were 3 Justice League books out,
There
dropped
were.
all in the same month. You had
Yes.
to choose, and one
I
of
chose
them
Odyssey.
was
I chose-
fucking Scott
You-
Snyder. writing that epic shit.
Mister, you have to choose while you're over here buying every single X book and the
That's
handbook
different.
at the same
That's
time.
different. That's
Oh,
different.
okay, yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm a long-term damned Abnett reader. He just takes his time. He is an old.
Yeah, ever since he
comic
took
book
over that
writer.
book, it's been great. Especially
mean,
once they got
I
the
agree.
second team with Dexter and Orion and all that. That's when
man,
it
it's awesome.
really kicked into
It's been
gear.
awesome. It's been awesome. I chose that book because it had the better lineup in the end. It was space. It was something new,
Justice League Dark
and
was
I
pretty good
was
too. though.
rewarded.
Yeah,
I was rewarded.
at the beginning, Dark was better than Odyssey.
It was, and now look what everybody's at.
I couldn't get over Darkseid being on the fucking team, dude.
I know, dude.
I
It was
couldn't get
such
over it.
it made no sense.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Although I'm fine with
It's done too
Apocalypse
much.
doing his thing, so whatever.
It's different because X-Men always humanizes their villains.
Sure,
And Apocalypse
sure.
has literally done nothing to make you ever think he's
Exactly.
worth saving.
Exactly.
Apocalypse has always had there's always enough about Apocalypse, especially during the age of Apocalypse, where
Yeah.
you felt like you could understand him more. There's
Right.
never been that moment for Darkseid in DC. He's never felt like Thanos has been humanized more, and that guy
Right.
literally has wiped out the
I
universe
hate-
like
I don't
100
even like
times.
Thanos anymore. So what's your top 3?
Oh, it's the same. Cable,
Hellions.
and New
New
Mutants.
Mutants. Tennessee.
New Mutants is top of my list. I'm gonna say that top
That
of my list.
handbook is top of my list. I can't wait.
I know it's
Can't
actually gonna
wait.
I
I
love,
love those so
things.
much. I love
Analyze.
those stupid handbooks so
Oh,
much.
they're a good time.
You know there's
They're
going
a
to be
good time.
clues in there.
Oh,
I was just gonna
definitely.
say that. There's always clues in the
Little
handbook.
continuity bits. All
Oh,
kinds
man.
of stuff.
Where they make references to issues you didn't think mattered, and you're like, wait,
Yeah. Oh,
Why
they
did they
all
bring
matter.
that up?
They all
they
matter.
all matter. They all
Yeah.
matter.
Awesome. Well, that's it, dudes. We're going to cut it. Thanks for hanging out. If you like this show and you're watching it on Facebook and or YouTube and or Periscope, go to those other 2 and like and subscribe over there. We'd really appreciate it. Check us out over on patreon.com/outrightgeekery. Give us $1, just a tip. Just throw us some cash. Check out all the other shows we've got over here. We got the Comic Book Bullies. They dropped a great episode today that I listened to, Leroy and Eli. They are going to join us whenever we reschedule Top 5, the next episode of Top 5. Next week on Tuesday, we got the Geekterion collection. They
So
live.
excited.
So
So excited.
excited. Can't wait.
So excited. Can't wait.
We've also got Creators Outlet with Big Willie. He's also doing 5-minute reviews throughout the week, different comics and stuff like that. He's also got like a What's in the Box sort of show where he's opening toys.
What's
That's
in the
rad.
box?
What's in the
That's
box?
exciting.
What's in the box? So yeah, check those out. And also our shows, This Geek in Comics, Mondays and Sundays at 7 Central Time. So yeah, thank you all for listening, but most of all, thank you two jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Anytime,
We
man.
did the dang thing.
Thank you, man.
Awesome. We're gonna do it again next week.
Oh, I got you. Anyway.
Somebody do it.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
See, that's what I want, man. You need to bring
I
that
told you last
energy
time, man. I put my one effort in for the month.
for the month. Get one a month.
Yeah, do one a month. One.
Yeah, man. You got to keep that energy going. David's going to be gone a while.